Hey, Dr. Debbie here. How are you doing? So I interviewed some people, ran into them in a party not too long ago, and I was surprised, the way they were sharing their concerns about like stressful life, that they're living with their job, with economy and inflation. And because of that, they just, go to people's party to unwind and drink some alcohol, have the adrenaline boosts and dance and go home. But by the next day, all that is gone, all those vibes, and all those motivation is out. Everything is over and then back to square one. So my recommendation for them is that will continue to keep you in a cycle, you remain in the loop and things are going to get worse. But you need to find strategy, intervention that works. You do things differently. What has caused this continuous debt increase? Yeah, we know that the global economy, but with then you need to reset, you need to re-strategize, and then the strategies to use is that I believe in long term. Maybe you need to set goal for yourself and then break it down into smaller manageable goals, maybe like 10-year goals. What do you want to achieve? Okay, within these 10 years I want to improve myself, upgrade myself, my career, my business, put this into place, and then you break it into smaller manageable goals, short term, but you are looking at the long term, at the long term that will bring the success. Okay, like maybe every 3 months, like maybe monthly, even weekly. And then you need someone to hold you accountable if you don't have that discipline, to work towards the goal you've set, maybe at the short term, at the long term, to ask good questions. It's just like a student. If you just go to school, there's no exam, there's no professor to check your work, you may not really be serious with it and it may be difficult for you to graduate from that program. So it is important to find someone that will hold you accountable, and that is what Reset for Life Balance is all about. Dr. Debbie is here as your coach for reset, to hold you accountable, to show you the strategy, to show you what works, and how to keep to your goal. And yeah, at times, because we're human being, life is not a straight line. There are certain steps that you will take, and then by the time you reflect, you analyze, you will see that, oh, you've made mistake. Maybe you're supposed not to make this move. You're supposed not to do this. Like maybe living beyond your means. That, oh, the credit facility or resources are always there, or family support and all that. But this time you want to do things differently, and then you check what can you cut off, all those subscriptions that you don't need, and then you put yourself, on a kind of smart goal that is reasonable, that is realistic, that is achievable, that is within, your means, that your income, your business. Maybe you are building it. It's not that you are going to be eating, the profit, the revenue you are making from it. You give yourself some time. Yeah, when you invest, into your business, into your career, is the time of sowing, and definitely the harvest time will come when you get stabilized, probably in your work, in your career, in your business or your family and all that. So that is what life balance, reset for life balance is all about. That Dr. Debbie will hold your hand accountable. We have strategies, intervention, and it's something that I've done before within the space of 10 years. I made a long-term goal because I know shortcuts can have shortcomings. And within that 10 years, I broke it down. Within the 10 years, I want to have, my degrees, to doctoral level. I want to achieve, this high level in my career, in my clinical practice. I want to have my own private practice so that I can have time, and be able to live a life of impact, a life of significance. I can travel when I want to travel, and I still continue to see my patients, hold their hand. And also, maybe like people that even the stress, extending like to the children and the family, because you need to take so many shifts, long shifts, and you don't have time for yourself, for your family, and the children are becoming wayward, they are getting out of control. We talk to some children, that they follow, like wayward pattern because there's no one to check them, but they just need someone, to motivate them, to tell them, the outcome or the consequences of whatever risky behavior they are doing. And it is easy for them to adapt to change when they find a responsible adult, that is telling them about the future, the possibility in their future, and they should not allow this present gratification to rob them of the glorious future ahead of them. And many of them, they're able to reset, they are able to make a good outcome from that, and make a u-turn and start following a positive track in life. So reach out, send email. Like if this concerns you, you are like accumulating debt and you do not find the way out, living paycheck to paycheck, or your business eating all the profits, or your career is difficult, yeah, we can help in those areas. That is what reset for life balance is. Yeah, as individual that we have gone through it, we have seen the positive outcome, and we know it is possible. And I told you, it is what I've done myself, even to this level, and I know it is doable. I've guided all other, people too, that they've gone through the same thing, and they're happy, and they're living, their good life, without any, stress on their income. Generally, yeah, we take note of that, the inflation is global, but it should not, on an individual person, that it's going to like overweight too much on your finances, because you're not the only one. Other people are doing well too, and you too, you can do well. So reach out, send email, send DM, and then we take it from there, and then we see what works for you. If you need to get extra source of income, it's just for a little time, for you to be able to reset, for you to be able to get on the right track. Like you can determine, oh, I need something else, something different, maybe for 1 month, for 3 months, for 6 months, whatever works with you. But you don't need, you should not be stuck in this life of in the loop, in the stock, in the recycling. And that is not good. Life is so short. Before you know it, someone that is thinking, oh, I'm still young, I'm just at 25, I'm just 30, before you know it, old age will just come, and then you realize that, oh, time has gone, and it is difficult to catch up. Yeah. So we can do things differently, we can make things better, and we can have a good life. And that is what I said, let me share with you today. As you know, my name is Dr. Debbie, your research coach, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you, and bye.